everyone. My name is Tessa Perry, and I am the International Admission Counselor at Capital University. We are a small private university located just outside of Columbus, Ohio. And today I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit more about our university as well as some information for international admissions at Capital. I will share this information again at the end of the PowerPoint, but this is our contact information. You can reach out to cge@capital.edu if you have any questions about international admissions at Capital. Our application can also be found at capital.edu/apply. So Capital is a small campus. It's walkable, it's cozy, it's very green, and we're located just outside of downtown Columbus, Ohio. It takes about 8 minutes to get to downtown by car from Capital's campus. And we think it's a really great balance between kind of the safety, the comfort, and the support of a small campus with access to a growing mid-sized American city. John Glenn International Airport is about 10 minutes from our campus, which makes it easy to get to campus once you arrive to the United States. And from John Glenn International Airport, flights to major American cities are very easy. It's about an hour and a half to fly to Chicago, almost 2 hours to fly to New York City, and almost 5 hours to fly to Los Angeles, California. Capital has about 1,925 undergraduate students on our campus. Once you factor in our law school and our graduate programs, it comes to about 2,500 students at Capital as a whole, but as an undergraduate student, you'll experience that 1,900 number. We have about 38 countries represented on our campus from students, faculty, and staff. And Capital has a lot of academic offerings. We have 64 majors, 56 minors, 14 pre-professional programs, and 10 graduate programs. And what this means is that there is a lot of flexibility for you to design the program that's the best fit for you. To help you design that program, we have a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which means that your classes are always small, your professors know you, and there's a lot of individualized support at Capital. Being a predominantly undergraduate institution, all of your classes are going to be taught by faculty members themselves, not graduate assistants or TAs or other graduate students, but the faculty themselves. And what that means is mentorship relationships with those faculty members. There are some classes where you'll have an undergraduate student helping the professor, but the professor will always be there in the classroom with you to help you grasp the material, or if there's any hands-on lab work or anything like that. Your professors are there within easy access for you to build those relationships. Capital does have an affiliated graduate program as well as 2 other affiliated institutions, our Capital University Law School and Trinity Lutheran Seminary. Just to tell you a little bit more about our city of Columbus, Ohio, it's really a great place to be a college student. It is a young city, it's growing, it's one of the fastest growing metro areas in the United States, and there's a lot of college students, which means that employers are accustomed to recruiting college students, and they are looking for folks to help with that growth, whether that's internships or post-graduation work opportunities. Columbus has been named the #1 rising city for startups. It's been named a top tech talent market. There's 16 Fortune 1000 companies in the city of Columbus, as well as 5 Fortune 500 companies. Columbus is the 14th largest city in the United States, but it's the 7th largest economy, which means that the city of Columbus really punches above its weight when it comes to economic strength in the United States. Columbus has also been named one of the top 10 best cities to live in the United States, as well as one of the top 5 best cities for new college graduates, which means a lot when you're choosing where in the United States to study. Columbus also offers a 10% lower cost of living than the US national average, which can be a huge advantage when the cost of living can be very expensive as a college student. But here in Columbus, you have a little bit of a break from that compared to some other areas in the United States. So you can pause the video here if you want. These are our academic program offerings. On the left-hand side, you can see our list of undergraduate majors. There's a couple things to note there. If there is a dot next to it, we also have that program available as a minor. With the asterisks, that means that we have a licensure option available. And the programs in the light blue color are going to be STEM designated for that STEM OPT opportunity after graduation. And then on the right-hand side there, you can see all of our minors that do not have a corresponding major. Now, Capital is a liberal arts university, which means that all students, regardless of their program, or even if they have not chosen an academic program when they start at Capital, all students are going to take our signature learning requirements. You might hear this called general education or liberal arts coursework at other universities. And this basically means that all students, regardless of academic program, take courses, especially in their first couple years, in all different subject areas. This helps you become a well-rounded student, a competent professional, and it is really a strength that employers notice when they are hiring our graduates. So even in a field like computer science, having taken those writing classes, those communication classes, all of this interdisciplinary thinking, these skills that you're gaining from the liberal arts education, our employer partners tell us that that is something that they seek out when they're hiring graduates out of a university education. So it's a real strength. That also means that if you are not quite sure what you want to study when you come to Capital, or if you change your mind, that's absolutely okay. You can always work with your academic advisor and your faculty mentors to choose a new program if that's something that would be a better fit for you. Along with these 60 plus majors and 50 plus minors, we have many, many students who double or even triple major. And this can be in different subject areas. We have students who are majoring in music technology and with a double major in business management to really strengthen their business and entrepreneurship skills for after graduation. And we really encourage this. We recommend it. Pretty much all of our majors have some space built in to allow for elective hours where you can pursue a passion, you can add in a minor, you can add in a double major. Pretty much any combination is possible when you're working closely with your faculty mentors. Some popular programs among our international students are our School of Business, Computer Science, along with our Computer Science and Engineering dual degree program option. With this program, you can come to Capital and study for 3 years in either computer science, chemistry, or mathematics. And then you transfer to a second university. And you have 2 choices there. It can be Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio, or it can be Washington University in St. Louis. And at that second university, you can study your field of engineering of choice. And when you graduate from that second university, you actually earn 2 complete bachelor's degrees, one in your first area of study from Capital University, and one in your field of engineering from that second institution. This is a great option for our international students, not only because you earn 2 complete bachelor's degrees, but you also get to experience life in 2 areas of the United States at 2 different universities, and that can be a great strength for your networking, for your connections in the United States, and a really great way to stand out to employers after graduation. We also see great interest among our international students in our Conservatory of Music programs, as well as our College of Nursing and the psychology major. At Capital, you will have experiential learning opportunities from day one, from your first semester on campus. We really encourage all of our students, including our international students, to get involved in those high impact practices from the first day that you're on campus. So that includes things like field and internship placements, and that can be working with the academic professors in your department to get connected to a great internship placement or field placement. That's also our career services office. They are always there for international students to polish up a resume, to practice your interviewing skills, and get connected with internship opportunities from your first year on campus. That can also be things like study abroad. Of course, you're studying abroad by coming from your home country to study in the United States for your bachelor's degree, but study abroad in a third location is open to you as well. And we have international students participate in our study abroad experiences every year. The other option there with high impact practices is going to be our research program. Capital, as an undergraduate institution, has a great tradition of faculty mentored research for our undergraduate students, and that can be from the very first semester that you're taking classes at Capital. You can be involved in research opportunities. We do have our Summer Scholars Program. That's a 10-week funded research opportunity for faculty mentored research, specifically for undergraduate students. And so you can live on campus, you have funding to conduct your research along with your faculty member, and you can end up with a completed research project at the end of the summer. You present it to the university community, And this is just a really great resume opportunity for our international students for when you're looking to stand out on an application to graduate school or medical school or to an employer after graduation. To have that undergraduate research credential on your resume is a huge, huge strength. And at a place like Capital, you have the support of your faculty members at a small institution, and you also have access to a growing city with a lot of new companies, new research initiatives taking off, and a lot of growth happening. That is just a great environment for research as well as work experience. So this list here is just an example of some recent graduate school placements that our students have gone on to after Capital University. From universities just down the road here in Columbus to universities across the country. There's a lot of individualized support to help you get to the right graduate school that is the best fit for you. For our nursing graduates, we are very proud to have a 98% NCLEX first-time pass rate in the previous year. And this is the licensure exam for nurses to practice in the United States. Our nursing program is exceptional and well sought after by employers, and we're very proud to have that extremely high NCLEX pass rate. So in that same theme of helping you meet your career development goals, I want to highlight our career development through an international lens course. This course is offered not every semester, but typically once a year, once every other year. It's specifically for our international student community. It's a 2-credit-hour course, and it teaches you how to utilize career development services here on Capital's campus, how to prepare for job and internship applications, how to obtain CPT and OPT work authorization, and how to engage in those high-impact practices like internships and research and study abroad, and how to translate that into a resume that employers will notice. And being a community of fellow international students who are all taking the class, it's a great way to connect with others, to ask questions, and to really dive into the tools and the information that you need to succeed as an international student at Capital and after Capital as well. When you're a student here, we also have a lot of ways to get involved outside the classroom with our international student community. Just to give you an idea, there's a couple organizations that we really see our international students thriving in. We have our Global Student Association as well as our Asian American Alliance. And these are made up of some international students and some US students as well. They put on many events, like on the bottom row of the photos there, many events throughout the year for both our international student community and the wider campus community to get involved. Being a smaller school, we tend to have a more diverse mix of international students, as opposed to having any big groups from one particular area. And so there's a lot of really rich cultural exchange opportunities for you to learn from your peers about their home countries and about the United States as well as you're studying here. So to share just a little bit more about our campus here, like I said, we're a small, compact campus. Kind of the aerial photo on the top right there kind of gives you an idea of the size of our campus. Our campus is located in the neighborhood of Bexley. So just outside of the downtown core of Columbus. The neighborhood of Bexley it's very green, as you can see. There's trees everywhere. It's a very safe and walkable community. Just across the street from our campus, there's a grocery store, a movie theater, restaurants, coffee shops, ice cream shops. It's a great, safe, cozy environment for you to be a student and to focus on your studies. And then when you do want to go downtown to access things like work opportunities or to go to a concert, go to a festival, all of that is accessible to you. But then you'll come back to your residence hall, to your classes back here on our campus. The bottom right photo there is our dining hall. That's our main dining room in our student union. And so when you live on campus as a student, you will have a meal plan with 3 meals a day included. So most of those will be there in our main dining room, but we have a couple other dining options on campus as well. There are 4 residence halls, 2 suite-style complexes, and 2 apartment-style complexes at Capital. We do have enough housing for any of our students who want that, which is a really important factor when you're considering where to study in the United States. I mentioned that Columbus is a more affordable city to live in than some others, but of course, living on campus can't be beat in the ease, the accessibility to your classes, and your ability to be connected to the campus community. And so we do have a two-year residency requirement for our first 2 years of our undergraduate program. If you have family in the Columbus area, that can, of course, be waived, but we really find that being a residential campus, being connected in that small walkable community means a lot to our students and our international student community. We have 22 varsity sports teams that international students are welcome to talk to the coaches and try out and join those teams. We are an NCAA Division III school, and we also have lots of intramural opportunities as well. So if you just want to play some basketball with your peers, with your friends, there's that as well for you. We also have almost 2,000 student organization events every year, from our international students going to a pumpkin patch there on the right-hand side to our Battle of the Bands concert there on the left. There's pretty much always something to do after class to get involved. And we always love to hear new ideas. If you want to form your own club or create your own event, there's support, there's funding for that. So if there's something on campus that you want to see happen, there's a lot of support to make that happen. So we're talking about our scholarship opportunities. The Main Street Scholarship is our kind of flagship scholarship that's offered to all admitted undergraduate international students. The Main Street Scholarship is a partial merit-based scholarship. It is automatically applied once you have been accepted. So there's no separate scholarship application. You'll find out your scholarship offer at the same day that you're receiving your acceptance letter. And this amount is going to be at least $20,000 per academic year. That's renewable for all 4 years of your bachelor's degree program. And the exact amount will be determined by your GPA converted to the US scale. So if it's not on the 4.0 scale, no problem. We will do that conversion and then award your scholarship accordingly. We also have some additional scholarship opportunities for things like living on campus, our music conservatory majors, sibling awards, and more. So what are the admission requirements to be accepted at Capital? I mentioned that GPA converted to the US scale. So what we're looking for there is a 2.5 out of 4 on the US scale. And then the higher your GPA, of course, the more scholarship dollars you're going to be awarded. Then we're going to want to see your proof of English proficiency. We accept the TOEFL, the IELTS, the Pearson Test of English, the SAT, and the ACT. We have some exemptions for certain first language English countries, as well as certain high school coursework, and that can be found at capital.edu/international. If you have any questions about that, always feel free to reach out to our office. We'll also ask you to submit a copy of your passport. Other than that, there's no SAT or ACT scores required for the application. We are test optional, but if you have those test scores, you can use that to satisfy our English proficiency requirement. We don't have an essay requirement, but we always love to see a personal statement about why you're applying to Capital University specifically. And like I mentioned earlier, there is no additional scholarship application to be awarded that scholarship. Just some additional requirements for a program-specific application. If you're looking for direct admission to our College of Nursing, we do have a 3.0 GPA minimum instead of 2.5, and that's for direct admission to nursing. We do offer a pre-nursing program, so if you're not quite at that 3.0 threshold, but you do want to pursue nursing, you will be welcome to come to Capital as a pre-nursing major. And basically what that means is you'll take your first year to complete those signature learning requirements and get prepared to enter the College of Nursing. You can still graduate in 4 years if you start out in pre-nursing. So it's, never a bad thing if you're coming in as pre-nursing first, that path is still open to you. We also do have an audition required for select music conservatory majors like performance and composition. And you can find these exact requirements at capital.edu/international. So our application process, first I will let you know on YouTube at CU Global Education, we have an application walkthrough video for our first year applicants. So that can be a great tool as you're completing your application. The first step is what you're doing now, and that's preparing and learning more. You can visit our international page at capital.edu/international. I encourage you to explore your programs of interest to find out what you would like to, which major you would like to select when you apply. And of course, preparing things like your English test and your transcript. Then you'll want to complete our online application at capital.edu/apply. There's a couple applications there. You're going to see a first-year application. That's if you have finished high school or if you're in your last year of high school and you've not studied at a university before. You have studied at a university before, but not yet earned the equivalent of a four-year bachelor's degree. We'll have you complete the transfer application. And then our ESL application is a separate application under the non-degree application. And our graduate application is separate as well. So once you complete that online application, you will have access to an online status page where you can see what documents are missing for your application, and you'll also see the contact information of your admission counselor. So once you've completed that online application, we will need to see those required documents like your official high school transcript and your proof of English proficiency. We cannot review your application without all of those required documents, and we do need to receive those items officially, so that the transcript and the English proficiency must be received directly from the issuing institutions, whether that's your school or the English test company. Your school can send your transcript digitally to us or through paper mail. Either is fine. And then your English proficiency score will need to be sent to us directly as well. And once we receive all of those documents, we can typically review your application in just a couple of days, and then you receive your acceptance letter by email and your scholarship there, all in one step as well. So what's next? Our applications open August 1st for the following academic year. Our priority deadline for the fall start term, so the start term in August, is in December. Online application there at capital.edu/apply, and there's our contact information as well. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to CGE at capital.edu. We're always happy to help. And if you would like to learn more about our programs through social media, you can follow us on Instagram and YouTube as well. So thank you for watching. We appreciate your attention and your interest. If you have any questions about Capital, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are happy to help, and we hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit more about us.